Hey guys, Rob Skiba here. So on July 11th, I posted this video right here. Rob Skiba responds to Robert Sengenis and Kent Hovind debate challenges. And again, this was posted July 11th. Somehow between July 11th and today, July 18th, I think I've entered the twilight zone, like where words don't mean things anymore and where people hear things that were never said and spread rumors about things that are not true. Because I have been hearing, and you're going to hear in a minute that even Ken Hovind says it, that I allegedly declined the debate challenge. I don't know how you could watch this video and come to that conclusion. For instance, here's just a little clip from the end of that video. I'll take the winner, and the topics that you see on the screen is the only thing I'm willing to discuss with either one of you. So whoever's the winner, that's what I'm agreeing to debate. I'll play it one more time. I'll slow it down so everybody can, be sure that you hear it and keep up with the rest of the class. I'll take the winner. Okay, so I clearly said I'll take the winner of a debate between Kent Hovind and Robert Sengenis. And the reason I said this was, well, there's a couple of reasons. First of all, I didn't want to get into any debates with anybody. I've said what I said. I don't feel like I need to say anything more. I mean, I don't really see the point. His audience is already convinced. My audience is already convinced. Both of us have stuff on the internet. What's the point? I've got a lot of other things going on right now. I've got conferences booked between now and November. That's going to keep me quite busy. And people are like, well, you had time to make, all these other videos. What do you mean you don't have time to debate these people? Well, you don't go into a debate just jumping in without preparing. That's the part that I don't have time for. Yeah, a boxer knows how to box, but anytime he goes into the ring with another opponent, especially if it's like a heavyweight title or something like that, they don't just, okay, yeah, let's get in the ring today. They study each other. They learn their opponent's strengths and weaknesses. They put together a strategy, a game plan. Just watch Rocky if you don't understand what I'm talking about, okay? A fighter always takes the time to train and prepare for this specific opponent that he's going up against. And that's the part I don't have time to do right now. I'm making videos and putting together PowerPoints and trying to get prepared for conferences that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing a lot of traveling. I don't have the time to do it. And so when Robert Sengenis originally challenged me, it was through Kent Hovind's office. And then all of a sudden, Kent says, yeah, I want to debate too. I'll debate everybody. And somehow that I'll debate everybody turned into I'll debate Rob Skiba. And again, I never issued a challenge. There are other people out there who put my name in the hat for saying, hey, Kent, why don't you debate us? And us being a number of people with my name included. But I had never endorsed that. I never said I was going to be a part of anything. That's somebody else said all that, not me. But since now all of a sudden these guys want to challenge me, I thought, well, okay, maybe I should. But I definitely don't have time to debate both of them. So I issued a counter challenge and I figured, you know what? I will debate the winner. You two go at it first. I think everybody would enjoy that. I know I certainly would. And I will take the winner. But somehow this translated to me being a coward. I'm too afraid to debate Kent Hovind, and therefore I declined. And Kent even put out a video on July 12th, the day after I put out my video, and said this.
I have been criticized quite a bit over this flat earth thing. I'm going to kick the dog one more time and then move on because they have declined to debate.
No, I did not decline to debate.
He says, I'll debate any of them, but he says he's moving on to other topics now because he's already explained that one and covered it. It's done.
I think what he's starting his new TV series about the Nephilim.
Oh, about the Nephilim? That's okay.
Yeah, so he wants to focus
Great.
on that.
Anyway, so
it appears to me that maybe he just watched the beginning of it when I was reading the letter that I sent to his office back in June. And that's as far as he got. I don't know. I mean, I did say in that email, look, I got a lot of things going on. I'm working on this TV series. I'm busy. I did say that, but at the end of that, and this was in reference to not debating Kent, but to debating Robert Sengenis, I said, look, I'm going to pray about it, which I did. But I don't know. If you kept watching the video, I clearly neither in the email that I was reading nor anywhere in the video did I decline to debate Kent Hovind. I issued a counter challenge and requested that both Kent Hovind and Robert Sungenis respond back to me by the 1st of August as to whether or not they would be willing to do the counter challenge. And here it is a week later, and I still haven't heard anything from Kent. Now, Robert responded almost immediately. I mean, less than 24 hours later, 8 o'clock in the morning on the 12th, I got this letter from Robert Sungenis saying, "Dear Rob, I would be happy to debate Kent Hovind on geocentrism and have you debate the winner of that debate. Since you suggested this path, perhaps you would be willing to contact Kent and see if he is interested in a debate on geocentrism. The last time we checked a couple of years ago, he wasn't interested." And he talks about copying somebody else on this. And then he says, "If Kent declines, I would be willing to debate you on the flat earth whenever your schedule will allow, including waiting until after November, as you suggested elsewhere. Sincerely, Robert Sungenis." So again, I did not decline anything. I issued a counter challenge. Dr. Sungenis responded, he's willing. Kent, the ball is in your court. Will you or will you not debate Robert Sungenis first? It's half of the challenge that you're asking for. You want to know, is the earth spinning? Well, he says it's not. So you said you're willing to take on everybody. Take him on. And I'll take the winner. But it's kind of funny. I was looking at one of the other videos he put up. It was actually the same day I put up my video on July 11th. And so I assume he probably didn't see the video that I put up at the time he had recorded this. But he was playing the tough guy here. He says,
I suggest you read Proverbs 25:8 carefully, which means don't go to war with somebody till you've really counted the cost. If you want to have a debate with me, you better take that literally, okay?
This is funny. Okay, Proverbs 25:8. Go not forth hastily to strive, lest thou know not what to do in the end thereof, when thy neighbor hath put thee to shame. Ooh. Taunting words from the champ. Talking smack, are we? All right, keep boasting, Apollo. I'm going to go into the meat locker and bust some ribs.
Hey, champ. You ought to come look at this boy you're going to fight on TV. Looks like he means business.
Yeah, I mean business too. Hey, Shirley, we got any more coffee out there?
Oh, certainly, Mr. Creed. I'll get you some right away.
After the fight, I may just retire and run for emperor.
I have officially accepted your challenge to debate the flat earth topic. See my YouTube, Kent Hovind Official, July 8th and 9th. I don't want to fight against a cloud or the air. He that beateth the air, talks about 1 Corinthians. So send me an accurate model and a map of your flat earth. And we will debate the various aspects of this controversial topic in this order. Number 1, is the earth flat or round? Where's my globe, Nick? Oh, here it is, okay. Is it flat or round? Okay, that's the only topic we're going to discuss.
Well, duh. That's the reason for the debate in the first place. I want to go back to something he said in a previous video.
Exactly which map and model are you defending? I will defend this model right here, which you can buy at Walmart for $7 or $10.
So I decided to go to Walmart and look in the globe section. And this is what I found. Kent, this is the model that you want to defend, okay? You turn a globe over and it says, this is not for educational purposes. It's a decorative piece. Went to Target, saw the same thing. Found a couple globes there, turn them over, it says this is for decoration, right? So you want to defend a decoration that's not for educational purposes? I just want to make sure I understand you here. Now, Dr. Hovind, I've heard you in many, many videos be very passive-aggressive, condescending, calling us all kinds of names, rednecks, and that we're this all stupid, and anybody believes in this and is a moron, and all that kind of stuff. Everybody's seen the videos of you talking down to us, all right, and being very passive-aggressive as you do so. I'm going to go ahead and get a little, shall we say, active-aggressive right now. I'm going to go a little bit on the offense on this one, because in your debate demands, you said something that keeps coming up a lot with other people in your camp, really. Show us, you have to show us a perfect map first. Show us a working model. Give us the map. Where's this? Where's that? How's this work? You guys are like, before you'll engage, you have all these demands. And one of them, of course, is what you've said. Show us a working model, working map, all that kind of stuff. Well, that's kind of funny because you don't even have a working map.
The German cartographer, Mercator, originally designed this map in 1569 as a navigational tool for European sailors.
The map enlarges areas at the poles to create straight lines of constant bearing or geographic direction.
So it makes it easier to cross an ocean.
But
Yes.
it distorts the relative size of nations and continents.
Are you saying the map is wrong?
Oh dear, yes. Look at Greenland.
Okay.
Now look at Africa.
Okay.
The two land masses appear to be roughly the same size.
Yes.
Would it blow your mind if I told you that Africa is in reality 14 times larger?
Yes?
Here we have Europe, drawn considerably larger than South America. When it's 6.9 million square miles, South America is almost double the size of Europe's 3.8 million.
Alaska appears 3 times as large as Mexico, when Mexico is larger by 0.1 million square miles.
Germany appears in the middle of the map when it's in the northernmost quarter of the Earth.
Wait. Relative size is one thing, but you're telling me that Germany isn't where we think it is?
Nothing's where you think it is.
You know, crazy thing about that is you've had 2,500 years, according to you. We've known about the Earth being a globe since Pythagoras and Eratosthenes. That's what you guys say. You've had 2,500 years to get a map right. 2,500 years. And trillions of dollars in tax money going to space agencies that can't even get the picture of the Earth right. So, you wonder why I want to just stick to the Bible? You guys don't have any accurate maps, models, toys, decorative pieces any more than we do. You don't have an accurate map to use, Kent. And your camp admits it. 2,500 years you've had. You've had 2,500 years to get a map right. And trillions of dollars. We've had 3 years to get a map right. Most of us that are in the Flat Earth research community started in 2015. Okay? We've had 3 years and, well, no money. So if you guys can't get a map, model, decorative toy correct in 2,500 years, or take an accurate picture with trillions of dollars over 2,500 years, what makes you think we have a map to discuss on either side? That whole thing is completely ridiculous. Sorry, not going to accept that one.
Secondly, we'll have a second debate. Does it spin? Thirdly, does it circle the sun? Heliocentric versus geocentric. 4, does the Bible literally teach flat Earth? Call me 855-BIG-DINO to schedule, and after you send me your accurate model or map. Simple. What are we debating?
Again, since neither of us have an accurate model or map to debate, we can put that one aside. And if you look at my counter challenge, I'm saying basically the same thing, except instead of putting the Bible last, like you did, I want to put the Bible first, like you actually taught me to do when I was a young person. And it's not because I'm afraid of anything. It's just I've seen too many debates take place where people are going back and forth. Yeah, but what about? Yeah, but you're wrong. You're stupid, blah, blah, blah. I don't see any point in doing that. The other thing is, Kent, if you go to your own channel and go through your various videos that you have here, you've got an entire series on lies in the textbooks, lies in the textbook, lies in the textbooks, lies in the textbooks, lies in the textbooks. How many videos did you put out? Lies in the textbooks. Your entire ministry is based on teaching us that there are lies in the textbooks. And since you are not an astronaut, you don't have any experience outside of the atmosphere looking down on the Earth. So all of your information on your precious little ball toy there is coming from textbooks. The same textbooks you spent an entire career saying are full of lies. You've shown us that they lie about biology, that they lie about geology, paleontology, archaeology, picanology. You have shown us very eloquently, in fact, you have shown us that the textbooks are full of lies in these various fields of science. So why on earth pardon the pun, are you giving cosmology a pass when all the other ologies have been proven to be full of lies? That doesn't make any sense, Kent. So since by your own acknowledgement, the very textbooks that you're going to use to give your various proofs are full of lies in the textbooks, video after video after video after video after video, why should we consider that a source for truth? Besides, I can't imagine what process you would use to try to determine which map you're going to defend anyway. I mean, what have you guys got? Something like 200 maps, 200 different types of projections in 2,500 years? You guys have come up with 200 maps. So, I mean, which one would you be using anyway? And when it comes to any data that you might have from any kind of space agency, NASA or otherwise, the cosmology that you believe in, Kent, you're endorsing, if not the timeline or even the causality of the known universe, you're still accepting their Copernican principles, their Newtonian principles, their ideas of Einstein.
When it matter, dark energy, everything we know about the universe, what we're made of, galaxies, stars, planets, that's all right here. So, according to this chart, we are 96% stupid.
So the problem with cosmology is that we keep inventing theories, ad hoc theories, to try to explain the data, such as inflation, dark matter, dark energy, and so on, just to keep patching the theory up.
There is a crisis in cosmology. Usually in science, if we're off by a factor of 2 or a factor of 10, we call that horrible. We say something's wrong with the theory. We're off by a factor of 10. However, in cosmology, we're off by a factor of 10 to the 120. That is 1 with 120 zeros after it. This is the largest mismatch between theory and experiment in the history of science.
I mean, at least they're willing to admit it. But, I mean, let's face it, Kent, you've spent your entire career talking about the lies in the textbooks as it pertains to biology and geology and other ologies. I mean, at least in this particular discipline, they're willing to admit it. But here's the point, Kent. The gravity that you believe in, the heliocentric Copernican model that you believe in, these scientists are taking a look at it, and at least they're being honest about it, saying, look, we're off by 10 to 120th. We're 96% stupid when it comes to our understanding of the cosmos. So that's what you want to defend? Okay, you may be tempted to criticize my use of hyperbolic language when I say things like the textbooks are quote-unquote full of lies. Okay, fine. You're right. Not every sentence in every textbook is a lie. I get it. However, aren't you the one who's fond of saying rat poison is 99% good food, but it's the 1% that'll kill you? Or something to that effect? Well, I mean, what percentage of the textbooks are lying to us about biology and geology and archaeology and paleontology and so forth? What's the percentage? Are you really interested in taking a chance on the potential of additional percentages inserted for cosmology, gravity, the Copernican principle, and so forth? I mean, at what point do you apply your rat poison analogy here? At what point do you just say, you know what? I'm not interested in using something with that much lies in it as my source for truth. I'd rather go with something that I know is 100% true, like the Bible. Well, that's where I'm at, Kent. I mean, I'm sorry that I'm getting all passionate here, but come on, man. You've never been to space, so anything that you are going to try to show us and the model that you want to defend with your little toy there is going to be based on things coming from the textbook regarding cosmology that the experts themselves say that they are 96% stupid in and off by 10 to the 120th power. I mean, I love you, dude. I'm serious. I'm sorry I'm getting all frustrated here, but I see the amazing work that you've done for decades. You've been a pioneer. You've been like the edge of the spear out there, man. And just so you know, I've been defending you all along in the last couple of years, saying, look, don't lay off the guy. You know, anybody that follows me will tell you, if you go back and look through my videos, I've told people to leave you alone on this flat earth issue. You know, let you get there on your own if you ever do. But, you know, this back and forth of challenging and accusation and, calling us rednecks and idiots and all that kind of stuff. Sorry, but I've been totally passive and maybe even a little defensive occasionally in this regard, but I'm going on the offense now, man. Not because I'm angry with you. I'm not angry with you, but I am frustrated by this whole thing. I mean, even Nikola Tesla said it. He said these people wander off into equation after equation until they come up with something that has no basis in reality. And these are the guys that you want to endorse? Copernicus, Galileo, Kepler, Newton. And, I love your videos, and I use them. They're wonderful in destroying evolution with the facts of creation, but you're missing it, man, when it comes to the very beginning of the evolutionary model. Evolution doesn't even have a leg to stand on. It couldn't even possibly be even remotely plausible without the setup of the Copernican universe. I mean, evolution relies on that. And the fact that you're trying to bend the Bible to fit any notion of heliocentricity in the Copernican model and understandings of gravity that even the experts don't know anything about by their own admission. You really want to get behind the science of atheists and agnostics when it comes to cosmology while you're out there refuting these same people on biology and geology? It doesn't make any sense to any of us out here that are watching what's been happening here. I'm just telling you. And by the way, brother, you need to stop using Romans 10:2 as a rebuke toward us, where you say, yeah, I admire their zeal, but it's not according unto knowledge. That scripture has nothing to do with the context that you're trying to use it for. In the context here, Romans 10:1-3, brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to God for Israel is that they might be saved. For I bear them record that they have a zeal of God, but not according to knowledge. What's their problem, Kent? What are they being ignorant of? Copernicus? Newton? Kepler? Einstein? No. Verse 3, for they being ignorant of God's righteousness and going about to establish their own righteousness have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of God. That's the context of Romans 10:2. So stop using it to try to say that, okay, yeah, I appreciate your zeal for the scriptures, but it's not according to knowledge of what Paul called science falsely so called. He wrote to Timothy, 1 Timothy 6:20, O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust, avoiding profane and vain babblings and oppositions of science, falsely so called. We're supposed to avoid the falsely so-called science that opposes Scripture, not endorse it like you're doing. When I look at the lies in the textbook, when I look at the volume of videos that you have produced on this very topic, and I think about these scriptures, I've just come to the conclusion I'm not going to take a risk consuming any more of this rat poison. As for me and my house, it's Romans 3:4. Let God be true and every man a liar. I'm taking my marching orders from Scripture, and I'm sorry, Kent, but there is no way you can get a spinning heliocentric globular Earth floating through the ever-expanding vacuum of space out of anything in the Scriptures. To say otherwise is to prove extreme ignorance of the text and reveal an excessive amount of cognitive dissonance. Rat poisons endanger 10,000 children every year in the United States, according to this 2010 article. I'm done with the rat poison, bro. I'm worried about you, man. Stop chewing on it. You've shown that they're wrong with all the other stuff. But I think, at least for me, one of the most frustrating things is that you have taken to mocking us from the Bible. It's like you went to Bible Gateway or, Bible.cc or someplace like that and looked up everywhere the Bible says as or like to go on like a 10-minute rant. Really? These are your arguments?
Bible says he stretched out the heavens as a curtain and spreadeth them out as a tent to dwell in. Is the heaven actually a curtain or a tent? Or is this quite obviously a metaphor? Do you take this verse literally?
Yeah, Kent, we literally take this to be a simile, a metaphor. We understand what like and as represents. we literally understand that a simile is a figure of speech involving the comparison of one thing with another thing of a different kind, used to make a description more emphatic or vivid, as brave as a lion, crazy like a fox, heavens stretched out as a tent. When we see a figure of speech, brave as a lion, anybody that's ever seen a nature show about lions knows that a lion is very brave and very formidable. They got a picture in their mind of a ferocious lion. See, a simile describes something similar. There's a concept, huh? Simile, similar, brave as a lion. Get a picture in your mind of a lion, and you say, that dude's as brave as a lion. All of a sudden, you think, man, that dude's ready for anything, man. He's a tough guy, right? You know, do we have to look up metaphor too? A metaphor is a figure of speech in which a term or phrase is applied to something to which it is not literally applicable in order to suggest a resemblance, as in, a mighty fortress is our God, which I think is one of the examples that you put up in your little rant. It's something used or regarded as being used to represent something else, emblem or symbol. The point is, whether you're using a simile or metaphor, you're trying to create an image in somebody's mind of that which you are describing. Do you honestly think, Kent, that anybody hearing that the heaven is stretched out as a tent, that they had this in mind? Is this even remotely similar, Kent? No, it is not. All of the descriptions you use, I mean, you go on this long, 4 minutes or something? You know, how long did you go on? Is God a chicken? Really? How many times are you going to use that one? But wow, I mean, if that wasn't bad enough, this is where you go completely off the rails, bro.
But they keep asking, where are the verses that show the earth is a ball or goes around the sun? Where's the verse that shows it's a ball? I got to thinking about that. In Micah chapter 5.
So the question is, where are the verses that show the earth is a ball or goes around the sun in the Bible? And Kent says he starts thinking about it, and then he rambles for 4 minutes and 30 seconds about the birth of Jesus and people not understanding that he was who he said he was and whatever. I mean, this whole section makes no sense at all. And then you finally get to the punchline, I guess.
So, where are the verses that show the earth is round? Well, let's see. Where are the verses that show Jesus had thumbs? Where are the verses that show gravity exists? Where are the verses that show the earth has a north pole? Where are the verses that show people are allowed to wear socks?
Isn't there one that talks about a circuit?
Got my sock on here, you can't see it. Got the Alabama paint job on it, the brown, you know, from the dirt around here. Where are the verses that show people will someday invent cars? The Bible doesn't talk about a lot of topics, okay? So the fact that they'll say there are no verses that show a round earth, that doesn't prove it's not round. Just like there are no verses showing Jesus had thumbs. It doesn't prove he didn't have thumbs. You're working at this from exact backwards attitude, fellas. I mean, think about it. Okay, so the Bible doesn't prove it's flat either. We can get into that if you'd like in the debate, but this first topic. After you send me a map, we're going to discuss one topic: is it flat or round? Then we'll discuss, does it spin? And then we'll discuss, does it go around the sun? I think we can take them on one at a time and bite those off. But the Bible doesn't talk about many topics.
Yeah, that's where you're wrong, Kent. The Bible does actually describe in quite a bit of detail and well over 200 verses descriptions about this world. And you're right. It doesn't say anywhere that it's round, spherical, or spinning, orbiting, going around the sun, or anything like that. It doesn't. And I think you know that. And that's why I predict you're going to decline to debate Robert Sungenis. Because, again, when you were asked 5 times to show us from the Bible that the earth is in a heliocentric model, you gave a similar response. Here it is, the 5th time this gentleman asked you the question.
Mr. Kent Hovind, I love you.
I know.
But
I'm right.
You still haven't given me one verse on heliocentricity.
Don't have one verse that teaches heliocentricity. I don't have one verse that teaches there are 9 planets either. There are 9 if you count Pluto. I don't have one verse that teaches computers. The Bible doesn't deal with the topic.
Yes, Yes, it does deal with the topic, Kent, in many, many places. Just look at Psalm 19 for crying out loud. Just spend a day. Think about that for 5 minutes, as you like to say. Just read Psalm 19. See what it says about the sun moving on his circuit. Nothing about the earth moving on a circuit. Oh, man. And then you go and use this example.
One of the things they use about the flat earth, and I'm going to kick this and go on back to my amoeba story here. The devil taketh him up into an exceeding high mountain, and showeth him all the kingdoms of the world and the glory of them. So their argument is, see, you can see the whole world from this mountain. Okay, where is it? I would like to go stand on that mountain and see all the kingdoms. I got a better idea. The devil took him up to a high mountain, brought him into a computer control room, and showed him all the kingdoms of the world on computer screens. I can sit here in Lenox, Alabama, and see what's happening in China, can't I? Is it possible to see all the kingdoms of the world right here from Lenox, Alabama? Even if the world's round, could I see all the kingdoms of the world on computer screen? Yeah. So I don't think that's the fact that this verse right here doesn't necessarily prove the earth is flat, but this is one of their favorite ones to use for a flat earth. I can do it right today, and I'm not God or the devil, but I think I could show you everything in the world, you know, all the kingdoms of the world in a few seconds. I can Google it with my phone. Tokyo. Images. Want to see Tokyo? How about North Korea? Duh.
So, Satan taking Jesus to the top of a high mountain now equates to basically showing him a television control room or an iPhone. Right. All right, in closing, no, I did not decline to debate you. No, I am not afraid of you in any way, shape, or form. And I would simply ask that you please send me a response, yes or no. That's all I want, yes or no, as to whether or not you are willing to debate Dr. Robert Sungenis on the issue of heliocentricity versus geocentricity from the Bible. Are you willing to debate him? Yes or no? Send your reply to rob@testingtheglobe.com. If you respond yes, then we'll figure out the time to do it. And whether you want to do it on my channel or someplace else, that's fine. And I will take the winner. If you do not respond by August 1st, well, then Dr. Sungenis wins by default, and everybody will know that you didn't have the guts to debate him. All right? Ball's in your court.